Okay, so we just wrapped up the residential part of the tour, and now we are headed out to do the exterior, and we'll swing directly into the commercial space. So the residential units are accessed here on the Burgess Road side here. So Burgess Road has a sidewalk, and this is the entrance to get into both of those apartments. It's currently set up like one, just to be clear, but it very easily can become 2 apartments. And then there are 4 dedicated parking spaces here up on the Burgess Road side. If the lines were redrawn a little bit, I think you could fit 5 parking spaces up here, because we're being a little bit oversized. And then down below on Main Street for the commercial space, we have 3 parking spaces, included an oversized one for a dedicated handicap access. And I will also say that if you wanted to have your employees parking closer to the retaining wall, they certainly could do that. They left this for other uses. They had some seating. They also had a storage shed here at one point. So if you wanted to move these lines to park up closer to the wall, you could actually then also have 3 additional spaces for customers right off of Main Street. So that's the parking arrangement. So you can see the commercial entry here. We're actually going to walk down Burgess and do a loop at the intersection of Burgess and Main. So while we're here on the Burgess side, you can see the Lennox unit here. We've got this for the heat pump mini splits for the residential unit. Those are a Lennox brand. And then this was a power ventilator for the commercial space. Nothing's hooked up to that now, but you do still have that unit on the outside of the building, which does need some work. The siding, I believe, is masonite. It could be an asbestos siding. I'm not sure, has not been tested. And then also the windows on the outside, you can see that the trim really needs to be scraped and painted. They've gotten through some of it. They've done quite a bit of scraping, but gosh, with all this rain we've had this summer, they have not been able to get the painting part of it done. So also pointing out here, we've got all the propane tanks, so that's for our heat. Irving is the fuel provider for the property. And then we do have the covered enclosed porch out in the residential unit that you can see here. Has this pretty amazing view looking down Main Street. Okay, so then here we're going to take the corner, and you can appreciate all the green space. And there is a double door that goes into the commercial space. That's not the normal everyday entrance. Obviously, they do only have a little kind of temporary step here, but if you need a ramp for regular deliveries, this is where you come out. There's also some additional parking here on the street, which is just public parking. It has been limited to 30-minute parking. And very nice sidewalk. This is not an old sidewalk here. I'll point out that the siding is all wood. There is a gutter down here on the the commercial side. And then notice too that this has, it used to be a door, and you'll see it on the inside that it is still actually a physical door is on the interior of the building, but it's been sided over. So if you wanted to make that an entrance, either to the commercial space or for a conversion to more apartments, which is a really fun idea, that could be one of your access points. Seller had this incredible excavation project with a retaining wall put in a few years ago. You'll see that explained in the disclosure report. So just pointing out this incredible structure here. Okay. And then, before I go in, I want to point out that the downstairs commercial unit has a Mitsubishi mini split heat pump for its central air. Okay, we're going to come on into the commercial space. Immediately to my right is the door to the basement. I am going to circle back to that and do a separate video. But for now, let's come on in. I'm going to take you immediately up the ramp to show you the half bathroom for this level. This is the only bathroom in this on this level. So we do have a accessible kind of corner toilet there. and a utility double sink, some mirrors. Come on in and show you this little label here. All right, so we have an accessible ramp that then goes right on down into the open space. Now from here, if I go to this door, there is just a very large closet. Great for all kinds of storage, whether that be bookkeeping or cleaning supplies. Nice long skinny closet. And then in here we have a custom cover. I guess I'll call this a cover because there's some plumbing parts under here. And then also we have another heat unit there. So all of these actually lift up, and then there's storage and access to whatever plumbing or items you're storing below. This used to be the walk-in freezer, cooler, refrigerator for the bakery. So you did have an access, a big door here. That's obviously not there anymore. But you could walk into this refrigerated space, and then there were cooler doors here so that customers on the other side could open up and help themselves to whatever baked goodies were in here. So if you wanted to make this into a bakery again, or a flower shop, or any kind of a retail space where having a refrigerated unit is an important feature, this is what this was designed for. If not, it's just an open space. So if you wanted to turn this into a half wall and have like a lookout ordering counter, lots of different options for how to repurpose that room. So we do have that double door I mentioned from the outside that's been boarded up. So it's not an openable door anymore, but the structure of the door is all still here. And there was a platform there. And this had been simply a hole for a post for a handrail. So in this space, there's obviously lots of natural light. This front corner, they've just got set up as a little kind of temporary office. And give you this view. I have not talked about the elephant in the room, meaning the tree trunk, which is a really cool feature. If you were fans of the Crinan Bakery, you will remember this being set up very differently. There was a very large counter here where you could order, and people would help you from the other side over there. And then there's a peekaboo window into the kitchen. So that's the kitchen space that we have a view into from this glass. Let me take you back into that space right now. So former kitchen, right now it's a blank slate. There is nothing in here. All of the equipment, tables, appliances have all been sold. This is the other double door that does still function here on the west side of the building. So again, if you needed to ramp this for deliveries, this would be a great convenient spot to go in and out. There's a structural pole here with some electrical on it. And then in this back corner, we do have just a small storage room. It's got some extra ceiling tiles here in storage. And there's a kind of a bluish gray carpet here on the floor. Great for a storage room. If you wanted to make this space into 3 more apartments, granted we'd have to talk to zoning and figure out what's possible, but understand that we have spoken with an architect and we've got a really fun sketch of an option for how that could lay out. And essentially it would have been 1, 2, 3 units down here. And I don't remember on the plans whether that was going to become a bathroom, possibly. It's obviously well suited for it. It's already a perfect size. But each one of these studio or 1-bedroom apartments would have their own separate entrance. So if you are an investor, someone who's thinking about how to repurpose this space, really excited to talk to you about those possibilities. This space back here, I want to point out, just has additional cabinetry that will convey to the new owner if they would like this kitchen set. None of this is installed. It's just literally sitting here. but you do have a couple of sink bases, right? Or at least some countertop, concrete floor in here, a little bit of a step up from the main kitchen area. And then this door and another door that would go into that walk-in cooler, which, like I said, is no longer serving as a cooler, but I will show you right here. That door is right behind there, okay? So again, as a commercial space, depending on what your needs are, how to repurpose and make this make sense, whether it's going to be for your business, a home office, future apartments. There's lots and lots of possibilities for this big space.